Legends, it's a more legendary charity. And in this video, I will be doing a summary on what has so far happened in the Niger situation. So if you don't know, there's a coup going on with the military. They're overthrowing the actual government, the actual president, and arresting the president, putting curfew on borders, and the whole lie. But we'll get right into it later on. But before that, you must be wondering, where the hell have I been in the past couple of days, weeks, or even a month now? It's been so long since I've talked to you guys, but I've been getting into it. Basically, I'm working on it still, trying my best to get it as speedily as possible. But for now, I'm on a data plans, which it doesn't seem like it's moving that bad. So it can be useful now to produce videos like these. Then the next thing is that you can tell by the audio quality is that I finally got a mic. Finally. I know you all were just wondering why the hell my quality was so bad in the previous video. You were probably just say, ew, I don't want to listen to this guy. This audio is just trash. But now you can just listen to me without any of that trashy quality. But anyways, enough for me rambling. Let's just dive right into the summary. As I said, Niger placed a curfew. The president of Niger, the actual one, was arrested and the borders were closed, right? But it's mostly open now, which we'll dive right into that a little bit more later on in the summary. So the next thing is that 2 US air bases in Niger, 101 and 201, are both on lockdown. Why the hell is the US have all these bases all over the world? We'll never know, but they're in everything, to be honest. The US is just the one and only army that should be just in everything, probably in their heads. I don't have anything against US. Let me just say that from now on, let me just be clear. But I just wondering why they have all these bases. Well, anyways, the next thing is that France and Niger is negotiating for the release of Niger's president. So this negotiation, I can tell you from right now, based on the signs and the reports, it's not going well. It's shambles right now. It's not going well at all. Then the next thing is that basically the Niger army former commander, and the presidential guard is now the de facto president of Niger. Now there's no country that has approved of this president so far, so just keep that in mind. All military and developmental aid to Niger has been suspended by France and ECOWAS. I know that you guys are saying, what the hell is that? ECOWAS is the Economic Community of West African States. So basically, there's a community that solves economic problems within the different states. Basically, that's a rough story, right? So ECOWAS and the Africa Union both placed ultimatums to the Niger military that is doing this coup to reinstate the actual president and his government, or all necessary measures, including military force, will be used. I'll be diving a little bit more on these ultimatums, which is soon to be expired, and that's going to be scary escalation from there on forward. But the next thing is that French embassy was attacked by rioters when rioters were just rioting in the street, obviously, because that's what rioters do. And that has been ended now. The embassy is mostly calm right now, but with a few protests, right? But they're getting their people out, though, the French, which I'm gonna be talking a little bit more and later on in this video. Niger suspended all exports of gold and uranium to France. That must be pissing off the French elites there who profit off the gold and uraniums from Niger. So it's probably some backdoor dealings going on right now or some demands going on right now. So we'll see in the days or weeks ahead as this situation continues to unfold in Niger. So the next thing is that Niger airspace has been closed. Also, any invasion, any intervention by any country will be seen as a declaration of war by Niger military. Right? They said that earlier on in the early days, right? During this Niger situation, but they've reiterated it again today. That's saying that if you use military force, there will be swift reaction to it. So it's really hotting up there. It's really hotting up. But let's just hope that it just cools down and not boil over, you know? But the next thing is that Guinea will not adhere to the sanctions by ECOWAS and will withdraw. So that's the first followed from the ECOWAS stance against the Niger military. They will Guinea. I'm really hoping that I'm saying this right. If I'm not saying it right, you can blast me in the comment section. I apologize dearly if did not say it right or I'm not saying it right continuously, right? So Guinea is just, in my opinion, just want to stay neutral, which is understandable. The next thing is that France, Spain, UK, US is evacuating their citizens and their embassy staff, right? Because of the growing security concerns that continues to rise with mobs and in vigilante groups, I think, are created by some organization. I'll get to write more into details about that. But yeah, those type of things, it's just security concern on top of security concerns for the people. So they're just getting them out. No, it's just in case as well if there's some form of war breaks out from this situation, right? And then the last thing in this part one of this situation summary is that Niger cut off Niger Nigeria cut off Niger port for their power supply, causing rolling blackouts of 5 hours of blackouts for 1 hour of power. You see, there's a massive trade off right there, but it's more bad than good right there, to be honest. But anyways, with the power of pausing, I'll be giving you the second part of this summary. That's some good water. Yeah, so those parts are not first part a while ago, but I'm just rejuvenized or refreshed myself just now. But anyways, the second part of this video is that US is preparing. Well, that should have been taken out. This you didn't see that. You didn't see that part. Let's just ignore that little part. ECOWAS was saying that military operation is the last resort. But that last resort is looking like a very likely possibility right now with negotiation falling apart based on the signs and reports that I'm seeing so far in this Niger situation so far. But that's just my opinion. So Niger borders with Algeria, Libya, Chad, Burkina Faso, and Mali now open. I know I mangled Burkina name I apologize. I don't mean any mm, um disrespect to the country. I just have a hard time pronouncing overall. You can tell by the previous videos that I do on my channel. But anyways, UK tells nationals, this was earlier before they decided to evacuate them. Tells nationals in Niger to shelter in place. Now that should have been taken out as well, but it can stay because it's relevant. It's something that will happen before the evacuation step, right? So it's still relevant. The next thing is that all import and export goods from Niger to Ivory Coast is suspended, and the Nigerian Senate declared today that it has rejected President Bola Ahmed. I'm not even pronouncing that last name, to be honest. Plea to approve of an ECOWAS led military intervention in Niger. So Nigerian Senate said, no, we want nothing to do with this military action, but we'll gladly condemn it. We just want to send a strongly worded letter to them, and that's it. We don't want no bloodshed of ours to be spread on this. All right. So it's a big FU to the president right there, who wanted to join in with the military intervention, and wanted a blockade of the land and everything. So it's, in my opinion, it's a good thing because it would have escalated the situation a whole lot worse than it needed to be. Right? Let's just keep it calm and let's go the diplomatic way. All right. The next thing is that a team of Wagner PMC group advisors, trainers is set to arrive in Niger City today in response to the military junta's request for assistance. Now, if you don't know, the military junta, he's basically the commander of the Niger military, right? So there's that. So right here we get the first bit of proof that there was probably a Russian influence in this coup d'etat that is going on right now in Niger. So by them doing this, it seems like they just wanted to turn Niger into a pro-Russian country. And the Western nations does not like this at all. So they're just voicing their displeasure at this and just threatening a whole bunch of things. But anyways, the next thing is that civilian militias, and this was what I was saying about vigilante. It's not vigilante. So I got that horribly wrong. So civilian militias and watch groups are formed by an organization called M62 organization, a group of anti-French civil societies that support the military junta, have allegedly begun to patrol the streets of Niamey, but Niger's capital city. Wow, I mangled that very badly. I read that horribly wrong, but junta have allegedly begun to patrol the streets of Niamey, which is the Niger's capital city, to aid junta's mission. So that is the civilian militias and watch group, thus aiding the military in Niger, right? So let's to get that cleared up because I mangled that horribly wrong. I don't know what I was seeing right here. But anyways, the decision to sever diplomatic ties between Niger and France and Nigeria was taken by the Niger military. I'll just say that because it's not a Niger country at this point. Um, just the Niger military just wants to get rid of diplomatic ties with them because of how these countries have been going with them. That's France, Nigeria, Togo, and the US. They've been taking hostile actions to Niger so far, and they have not really liked it. So Niger decided to just cut them off and just say, hey, to their ambassadors in these countries to just stop any further government corporations. Then they say that they would suspend military cooperation agreements with France immediately. So Niger is just doing tit for tat response tactic right here. You do something to me, then you get wham. You get a response in return. That's just simple logic for the tit for tat response strategy is. Then the last thing, which is the last thing for this video, right? There's a third part to this coming up, but it's not full, so that's why I'm not putting it in this video. But anyways, so the last part of this part of this video is that following the coup in Niger, Chad will not interfere. So Chad is another country who wants to stay neutral. So that's Guinea and Chad wanting to stay neutral. So they will ignore ECOWAS. So the fallout just continues as the situation continues to unfold. But anyways, as I always say, no war is worth any bloodshed, right? Because diplomacy is always king. But you know, as I read you all the information, you can see that the diplomatic part is rapidly closing, and that's to be concerned. But anyways, for me rambling, my throat is getting wrecked right now with this long talking. But anyways, yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video. If you want to just like this video, if you don't want to, then you can dislike it. Also, you can post in the comment section what are your thoughts and opinions, or whatever event that you want me to summarize next in the comment section down below. I will summarize them to the best of my abilities. And you can subscribe or don't subscribe. It's up to you. Remember, nobody's forcing you to do anything. It's your life. You live it the way you want. But anyways, enough is enough. I got to go. So in the next video, guys, legend out.